Hello friends, my name is Java and I have a confession to make. I think I'm addicted to buying Charizard cards. Most of you probably know this already, but Charizard is definitely my favorite Pokemon. What's that I'm hearing? Is it the collective groan of a few hundred people who think that Charizard is overrated? Well, you're wrong. Over the last several months, I have been buying tons of stuff from Japan, and somehow I bought over 170 Charizard Pokemon cards. I say somehow because I honestly didn't even know it was this many until I sorted through my cards this afternoon. So in this Charizard appreciation video, I'm going to be going through the Charizards that I've purchased over the last several months, tell you why I bought them, why I think they're cool, and what I'm planning to do with them in the future, except you guys probably already know that I'm planning to grade and sell most of these. Also, over the course of the video, ChatGPT is going to give us 5 reasons why Charizard is the best Pokemon, because he is. Okay, the first cards we're going to look at are just regular Vs. Now, typically, these are going to be bought either, I probably bought them in lots. I especially just like this artwork. I like all the flames coming out. He's like flying out of a volcano. Very, very cool artwork in my opinion. We got a bunch of these, not even close to as many though as we have of the Charizard V-Star. Again, buying the Rainbow Charizard V-Star for a while there, they would be bundled with a ton of these Charizard V-Stars. And also I was picking these cards up if I could find them for like less than $1, because I think in PSA 10 for a little while they were selling for like 30 bucks or something like that. So there was a small but kind of decent margin for like a low value Charizard card. So I was picking them up for a little while if I could get them in a lot for like super cheap. We ended up with a ton of these. So I don't even know how many, probably 30-ish, 40, probably 25 to 35, somewhere in there. We've got a ton of the regular Charizard V-Star. A lot of times I would buy big lots of these because I'm a person who likes to spread out the cost of shipping across all of the cards that I buy when I ship things in from Japan. So a lot of times it'll be like 30, 40 bucks to ship. So most of the time I want to have like 40 to 60 cards. I want it to be under the $1 range for shipping, like per card. So typically when I buy individual cards, I might get like 25, 30, and I'll be like, oh, I need to get some more to spread out the shipping costs, and I would just buy like a bunch of these or a bunch of one other card that you're gonna see that I have an insane amount of, just like lower cost cards that I feel like will do decent over time of popular Pokemon that I can spread that shipping cost out. Now let's get into one of the reasons why Charizard is the best Pokemon of all time. The number one reason is its iconic design. Charizard is one of the original 151 Pokemon from Generation 1 and has a distinctive and memorable design. Its fierce appearance, dragon-like features, and flaming wings make it instantly recognizable and beloved by fans. Absolutely. Man, ChatGPT knows what it's talking about. Next lot of cards. So these Charizard cards are actually cards that you could only get in sets as holos in Japanese, I think. I love the Take Bolt Charizard. It's one of my favorite, absolute favorite artworks of Charizard. Absolutely amazing. And when I figured out that you could get the holo version of this in Japanese, you could only get the reverse holo and regular rare version in sets. But there is a Canadian version promo, I think that came out a couple years ago, actually, where you can get this in like a Cosmo holofoil, but it was Canada exclusive to like Costco or something. It was super weird. So I actually started picking these up a little while ago. They were kind of cheap. They were like a couple bucks a piece, I think. And it's one of my favorite Charizard artworks, so it was very obvious to me that I needed to grab some of these. So I've grabbed some of these. I've also graded some of these already into PSA 10 cases, and that's done pretty well for me so far, but that's just a fantastic Charizard. This is another situation. So Vivid Voltage, similar situation. You could only get this in reverse holo or regular rare, and then I think you could also get it in like the cracked ice in the theme deck, but you couldn't get it as a regular holo in the set. But in the Japanese set, you can get it as a regular holo. So I love this artwork. I love Charizard with Leon in the background. Very cool. Very reminiscent of like the anime and the video game. So I've picked up some of those over time. And last but not least, I believe this in English is a pre-release promo, but in Japanese, it came as a holo inside of the set. And I'm very, very glad because I really like this artwork as well. It's just a fantastic looking Charizard card. Only have 3 of these. Awesome stuff. Let's look at reason number 2 of why Charizard is the best Pokemon of all time. Reason number 2 from ChatGPT is strength in battle. Charizard is a fire-flying type Pokemon, giving it a wide range of powerful moves and a diverse set of resistance and immunities. Its high attack and special attack stats, along with access to strong moves like Flamethrower and Dragon Claw make it a formidable opponent in battles. Whenever I go back to play Gen 1, I have to play Charmander. Occasionally I will choose Squirtle because Blastoise is amazing as well, but Charmander and Charizard is my #1 go-to. And actually one of the reasons why I actually liked Pokemon X and Y a lot is because they gave you a Charmander in like the first hour of the game, so I didn't have to actually use the X and Y starters. I could just get a Charizard. It was pretty awesome. Let's move into the Radiant Charizard. So I have picked up quite a few Radiant Charizards, not as many of the Pokemon Go Charizards as I have of the other Radiant Charizards. Honestly, not a massive fan of this artwork in comparison to the other one. It's a fine looking card. Personally, I believe the Japanese version, at least of Pokemon Go, is an underrated set. You got the Mewtwo's, you got the Radiants of all the starters, you got, like, come on, it's a pretty decent set. People shit on Pokemon Go a lot, but I think it's a pretty decent set. Very cool. Radiant Pokemon Go Charizard. Now, this entire stack, I think it's like 70 cards or 55 cards or something ridiculous like that. This is all this Radiant Charizard from Crown Zenith. This entire stack. I even have some more on the way. I have been picking this card up every time I can find big lots where the per card price is under $5. If I can get it for like $4 a piece. I just think a shiny Charizard for $3, like, come on. Now the card price has gone up. Typically I'm seeing it above $5 now, so I'm not necessarily buying a whole bunch of them now, but if I can peek it for under $5, you know, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. So I have a large stack of these so far. These are all gradable, by the way. All have a PSA 10 chance, in my opinion, and I'm really excited to send these in. I love this artwork in comparison to the other one. I love Saito, absolutely amazing artist, and this artwork is just, I mean, come on. It's 100 times better than this one. I'm sorry, Nagishi, but Saito just killed this one. Let's go to reason number 3 by ChatGPT. Reason number 3 is the evolutionary journey. Charizard's evolution line, starting from Charmander, is one of the most iconic and cherished Pokemon journeys in the franchise. Players grow attached to their Charmander as they train it into a powerful Charizard, creating a sense of accomplishment and emotional connection. And if you play on Nuzlocke, where your Pokemon actually dies if it faints, it's even worse. That connection is even stronger bond, and when you lose that Charizard, it just makes you cry inside. All right, so if you guys were like, oh, what's all that modern doing there? Let's jump into a few vintage cards that I have today. I've got these recently from Japan. I've still been picking these cards up when I can find them at a decent price in minty condition, but they're starting to creep out of my price range because a lot of cards are increasing in price on the different Japanese websites. They're getting close to where you might not be seeing these as much on the channel anymore, but we'll see how it goes. This is a black and white Charizard Holo. I really like this one a lot. It's kind of weird. It has like a 3D CGI-esque sort of art style, but also kind of not. It's a very interesting looking. I actually like the line Holo. I know some people really don't, but I think it's a really cool looking Charizard, and typically I can find it, if I can find it at a decent price, I'll pick it up. Next up, this one actually came from a deck. So it comes with the Charizard Level X and the Charizard Holo. I think it actually comes with the Garchomp Level X as well. It's like a two-player starter deck thingy. It's really cool. I really like this Charizard. Again, kind of a CGI artwork, but it's really cool looking. I sell it pretty decently, even if it hits a 9. So pretty excited to send this one in, see what it gets. Next up, I don't know what this trend is with CGI Charizards, but we have, well, probably one of my least favorite Charizard artworks, to be honest, but it's still Charizard, so it's still pretty cool. We have this CGI artwork from Ito. Decent looking Charizard, not really one of my favorites, but I really do like picking this one up when I can find it in a decent price range. But like I said, a lot of these more vintage Charizards are creeping out of my price ranges. If I can occasionally find some that look really, really minty like this one does, I will be picking it up and sending it in, hoping for that PSA 10. Kind of falling in the vintage range, we have some Sun and Moon tag team cards. So I picked up these tag team cards like right when the alternate arts kind of started to spike. I started picking up some of these regular tag team cards because I realized, for some reason I never realized this before, but most of the regular tag team artworks are done by the GOAT himself, Mitsuhiro Arita. It's almost all of them. There's very few of these regular tag teams that aren't done by Arita. I obviously wasn't in the hobby when these came out, so getting to see the artworks firsthand for the first time was just fantastic. We have the Brixen Charizard. Now this is super weird because you would think it would be Delphox and Charizard, but they started doing the weird thing where it's like the second evolution for some reason. I don't know if they just thought that Brixen would be more popular than Delphox, because they also did it with Piplup and Blastoise, and then they did it with Snivy and Venusaur, but they chose Brixen instead of, what is it, Litten? Fennec? What is it? It's Fen something because it's a fox. We have two of these. I have sent some of these in for grading already, but then we also have this one, the Charizard and Reshiram. They're both doing like flamethrower and hyper beam or whatever Reshiram's attack would be. I didn't play a whole lot of black and white, so don't sue me. But yeah, we have an amazing team up here. Just a great artwork, again, from Arita, because of course, and I bought a bunch of these, because why not? I think I got them for like under $5 at the time, and, you know, for that artwork, from Arita, with a Charizard and a Legendary on it, seemed like something I should be buying. Back to ChatGPT for the number 4 reason why Charizard is the best. The number 4 reason is Ash's Charizard. In the Pokemon animated series, Ash Ketchum Charizard is a fan favorite character. Its personality, which includes a rebellious and independent streak, has made it a memorable and endearing Pokemon for many fans. I have so many nostalgic memories of when he finds the neglected Charmander laying on the rock in the rain, trying to not let its fire go out on his tail and die. It was a pretty dire thing. And then you had, what was his name, Damien or something like that, the douchebag that left Charmander in the rain to die. What a asshole. And then he turned into this rebellious Charmeleon that was just a dickhead to Ash. He didn't want to listen to him at all because Ash was a crappy trainer and didn't know that leveling your Pokemon too high too fast made it so that it didn't listen to you. And then when it finally became a Charizard, it was still kind of an asshole. But then later on in the end, the Charizard started to respect Ash. That's when the true magic in the anime happened between Ash and Charizard. It's just beautiful character development. That is why I think I have such an attachment to Charizard as a Pokemon. Back to it, we have a bunch of the Charizard Leon character rares. So the character rares are something that I was picking up for a while, mostly the more popular Pokemon. And the Charizard one, when it was like $3 or $4-ish, somewhere in there, I was picking up quite a few because it's Charizard, it's Leon, probably one of the most recognizable trainers from the Sword and Shield era because he's kind of the main rival in the game or the big champion that you're supposed to defeat at the end of the game. And because he trains a Charizard, and Charizard is one of the most popular Pokemon in the entire franchise. So seems like a fantastic duo. I love just the cuteness. You don't get to see Charizard be cute. How many other artworks have we seen today where Charizard was cute and not wanting to just like rip your face off? But instead in this artwork, they decided to go the cute route, and I love it. I love the little snuggles that Charizard is giving Leon. It's a fantastic artwork, and I got a bunch of them. I think I got like between 15 and 20 of them. And last but not least, we have some of the Crown Zenith alternate art. We have one of the Charizard V. I love this card because it's just post-battle. You can tell all the trees and rubble and everything. There was a crazy battle, and Charizard is chilling after tanking what looks like a razor leaf with all these leaves around from this Venusaur in the background. It's such a fantastic artwork. I love it so much. Another cute one. That's our second cute Charizard. That doesn't happen. This is what I'm used to. We have a ton of these Charizard Mewtwo V-Stars. I love this card. I love it so much. The artwork on this card is so freaking sick. It is just like, how? There's so much detail. You have so many other Pokemon in the artwork that you wouldn't even notice. Like, look at that Diglett down there. He looks like he's having a heart attack. And then you have a Tangrowth up there. You got a bunch of different Pokemon if you're actually looking into the distance. But in the foreground, you have Charizard going crazy. You have Mewtwo about to fire some crazy psychic fireball thing at him. It is fantastic. I love the other side of this too, the Mewtwo V-Star. Such a good almost tag team artwork. We just looked at some tag team cards, but it's a bit of a tag team artwork. And I've been picking up a few of these, probably for too much because the prices are coming down now, probably for too much. And I have a couple on eBay. I sold one of them, but the other one I've already had to lower the price a little bit. So I don't know, use your own discretion, do the math, figure out for yourself whether or not to purchase any more of these. But yeah, I just love the artwork. When I think of Crown Zenith, one of the best sets, if not the best set from the Sword and Shield block, I think of this card. I think of this card, and I think of the Mewtwo, as well as the gold cards, obviously, are the standout cards from that set, in my opinion. Just fantastic. And ChatGPT is going to close us out with our number 5 reason why Charizard is the best Pokemon of all time. Number 5 is cultural impact. Charizard's popularity extends beyond the world of Pokemon. It has appeared in various video games, trading card games, merchandise, and spin-off media, making it one of the most recognizable and celebrated Pokemon worldwide. wide. I would say apart from Pikachu, it's probably the most recognizable Pokemon of just normal people. Those cards and ChatGPT's reasons, all of that stuff is why I love Charizard. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Pokemon is and why you love them.